one of the things that I learned while I was in the military is the power of storytelling to connect people, right? Because no one tells stories like soldiers. I mean, there might be some language that maybe is not appropriate all the time, but you get what I'm saying. And that's just how people connect in this world ever since the beginning of time. And when the biggest challenge of getting out of the military is your story changes. And the stories that you're used to kind of telling and sharing with people, now the context is completely different. If I tell my wife about like a traumatic event, it's received much differently, and it's a whole different exchange than if I had that conversation with another soldier. And if with another soldier, you're laughing about it. When you tell your wife or you tell your mother, it's a much different sort of conversation. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that military have when they get out. And so I felt very, very disconnected when I got out. And I thought a lot about my grandfather, who fought in World War II. And he's someone I looked up to when I was a kid, but he passed away when I was young. And so I don't know anything about him. And I was like, man, what I would give to like have a conversation with him and hear his stories. And so immediately I went to Google and I'm like, are there any apps out there that help you interview elderly family members so you can capture their story, before they have dementia and things like that? And there weren't. And I had a friend of mine, Lindsay Macaluso, at the University of Buffalo. And so we built an app that would help you interview elderly family members. And along the way, we had some nonprofits. My wife works in nonprofits. And they were saying, hey, storytelling is very important to our nonprofits branding. Can we use this and can we guide it so that we can interview docents and donors and volunteers and staff, because our story is our most important asset. And I'm like, okay, that's actually a really awesome idea. I didn't think we'd go in that direction, but that's awesome. And then the next step was, hey, the best time to capture people's stories is at events. Because everyone's together, they're having fun, maybe a few drinks, and everybody's getting loose. And so along the way, just by kind of listening to customers and building the platform based on what people wanted, we became this storytelling platform for organizations, whether it's for events or for just storytelling in general. So that's how we got there.